Hey guys, I'm Jackie and I'm super happy you're going to work out with me today. I'm doing about a 45-minute beginner level workout. This is the fourth in a series, so if you're like really novice, you may want to go back and check out my first one, which is a 20-minute beginner level workout, and that will talk you through some of these moves, and we do most of those with body weight back in that one. So we are progressing. We're actually getting kind of closer to more of an intermediate level. So again, if you haven't been working out very much or consistently, you can always cut the reps. You can always do these without any weight at all. A lot of this is just about meeting yourself where you're at. And I'm going to try to talk you through some form tips, but if you have any questions at the end, you guys can just comment and I can hopefully answer those before you do this workout again next time. So with that being said, we are starting with legs. We have 4 different leg exercises we're going to do. That's going to make up one circuit, and then we're actually going to repeat it 2 more times, so 3 sets total before we go into upper body. I'm gonna grab a 15-pound kettlebell, and I'm gonna start by holding it straight down. My arms are just hanging. If you do not have a kettlebell, you can grab a dumbbell. It doesn't have to be 15 pounds. You might only have a 10-pound dumbbell at home. That's fine. You can hold it this way, and I just kind of interlace my fingers a little bit at the bottom to make sure I have a good grip on it. You can just hold it vertically. So whatever you have at home to use. It might be a water bottle, or it might be some books, just something that's going to give you a little extra weight. And we are going to do a squat, but these are called plie squats. I'm going to have you walk your toes a little wider than shoulder width distance. You're going to point your toes out to about a 45-degree angle, and you're pushing your hips back as you drop your butt. So my knees open up, but at no point do they go over my toes. I'm keeping my weight in my heels, and then I'm going to press up through my heels. So where you want to feel this before we get into it, you want to feel kind of an inner thigh stretch as you go down. Your glute, so your booty is squeezing nice and tight. It's kind of creating a chair for you to sit in. My abs are tight as well so that the pressure doesn't dump to the low back. When I push up, I'm pushing in my heels and I'm squeezing my glutes at the top. So we're gonna start with 15 of these. Toes out wide. Hang that weight straight down or no weight. And we're gonna drop the hips down, press through the heels for 1. We've got 15. Nice steady tempo. You also might not go as low as I'm going, and your body might not be ready for that yet, and you can make them little baby ones here. The biggest key though is that you're not feeling knee pressure or low back pressure. Okay, I think we got about 5 more. I could be a little off. That is 15, I think. So we're gonna go into move number 2, which is going to be a single leg deadlift. This is a great one for the back of your leg, your glute, down into your hamstring here. And we did these last time without any weights. We're adding a weight this time. You may want to go a little lighter than the one we just did, than these plie squats. So I'm going to give you a second. Grab 5-pound, 10-pound, whatever you want to start with. And then we're going to stand next to something sturdy. My base leg is going to be the leg closest to the dumbbell rack or whatever you're using to hang on to. My inside hand is free so that I can hang on to help with balance. Then I'm going to keep my core nice and tight. Slightly bend my base leg. That's the one that's really going to be working. And I'm tilting forward. This is a single leg deadlift. You want to feel a nice stretch in the hamstring. Your glute is strong, and then you're going to stand up tall. Kind of a simple move. It looks simple. This is one of those, it's a lot harder than it looks. We're going to try to do 15 a side on this one, but stop if you get to 10 and your leg's real wobbly. You probably did a good job fatiguing the muscles. You don't need to go all the way to 15. So just read your body, take it where it's at, and we're going to get into it. I'm going to start now. Totally fine if you want to hang on the whole time. If you're feeling fairly balanced, you can absolutely let go. See if you can catch a balance. These take a little longer than the squats. Helps to look at a point in the room that's not going to move on you. We're at 10. 11, nice glute squeeze at the top. And last one, 15. I'm gonna turn so that my inside leg is by whatever I'm hanging on to. My inside hand is free to hang on. And then I'm gonna do the same thing, other side, 15 of them. If you feel any pressure in your lower back on these, it might mean you need to go lighter with your weight. It also probably means you need to keep your core a little tighter. So this is nice and tight. My navel is pulled in toward my spine. That way the pressure isn't dumping into the low back. And as always, make sure you are breathing. Three more. One more is 15. Okay, are the legs getting tired yet? We're moving on. Move number 3. We're gonna do a reverse lunge. This one I'm actually gonna go no weight because it's a little bit of a trickier balance. So I'm gonna set the weight down. Make sure you're not gonna trip on it. You're going to have your feet in line with each other. I'm gonna do my first 15 lunges, keeping my left foot planted, and then I'm gonna switch so they're all in a row. I'm gonna take a big step back with my right foot. If you wanna hang on to something, feel free to hang on. Once you're upright, nice and tall, then you're gonna lunge down. Both knees at a 90-degree angle. You're not looking like this. You don't want your knee over your toe. So you're here, squeeze your front glute. You're gonna drive up through your front heel, step together. A lot of people do these and they do one of two things. They either step back too shallow, they don't go far enough, knee goes over the toe, bad on the knee. The other thing people do is they step really far back and then they're like, oh, it really pulls. It's because you're really just stretching your hip flexor. You went back too far and you can't bend your knee to 90 degrees. So we're gonna start here with 15 aside, and you just wanna go far enough that when you go down, your knees bend to a 90-degree angle. That's 1. 2. You can also do little baby ones if you're not sure how you feel about these. 3, and not go all the way down. That's totally fine. 4, 5, 6, 5 more on this side. Sometimes if you really slow these down, really feel the engagement, you get so much more out of it. That's 15. I'm gonna turn. You don't have to turn, just remember which leg you did though. And I'm gonna do my right foot down. My left leg is gonna step back. 4, 1. A little too close to my kettlebell. 2. 5 more. Nicely done. Last move we're gonna do, I'm actually gonna bring a mat over and we're gonna do some single leg bridges today. All right, so we've been doing bridges with both feet planted, which looks like this, where you lift your hips up, tighten the booty, come down nice and controlled. Today, I'm gonna challenge you. We're gonna do one leg straight up in the air. So all my weight's on my right heel, tightening into my glutes, and I'm gonna just press my hips up and down. You don't wanna press so high that you get it in your low back. So really focus on feeling it in the hamstring to the glutes. We've got 15 aside starting now. If you want to keep both feet down and do 30, absolutely do that. It takes a little time to build strength on these. So if you get to 10 and you're really burning, stop at 10. We'll work up to 15. One more. Same thing, other side, starting now. Okay, we get a 1-minute break and then we're gonna go through all of those again. Okay, we're ready for round 2. Gauge your weights based off of how you felt in the first set. If you went body weight only and it felt kind of easy, grab a weight. If you tried a 15-pound dumbbell and it felt a little too heavy, go lighter, okay? So by no means do you have to stick with the weight that you started with. We're gonna go into plie squats. We're gonna stick, I'm gonna give you a range anywhere between 10 and 15 reps. Since we have this set and one more, we don't wanna totally wear out on this set. We need a little something left in the tank. So toes are pointed out to a 45-degree angle. We're gonna drop the hips down for 1. Sometimes when people are starting to work out a little more, they have a hard time distinguishing the difference between kind of a good burn and a bad pain. And so what I usually tell them is if you feel it in the muscles that are supposed to be working, like your thighs and your glutes, then a light burn is actually a good thing. It means those muscles are working. I think that's 15 right there. If you're feeling it in a joint, right? Like if it's really pulling around the kneecap, or you're feeling your low back getting kind of sore, that's a bad pain, and that'd be an indication that you need to kind of reassess your form. You also probably want to go body weight only if you were using a weight. Make sure that your muscles are strong enough to stabilize your back when you're holding on to a weight. And so I think paying attention while you're doing the exercises is so important to avoid injury, because eventually you'll get stronger and stronger where you can add the weight. But if you try to do too much too soon, that's usually how injuries happen. We're gonna go into a single leg deadlift next. I have all my weight on my right foot. Right hand is stabilizing me on a chair or something sturdy. And we're just gonna start to tilt forward. Feel the stretch in the right hamstring. Feel that glute tighten to help you lift. 15 of these, or 10 to 15 really. 5. People are always amazed how sore this makes them in the back of the legs when they haven't done these before. So take it easy. We've got 2 more. Last one. All right, changing directions. I'm turning all my weights on my left foot and tilting forward. 1, 5, 10, 5 more. 1. 15. You can set your weight down. We're gonna get set for reverse lunges. So remember to step back, pause, hang on to something to stabilize if you need to. Bend both knees to about a 90-degree angle if that feels okay to your body. Step back together. We've got 15 of them. Five more. And switch sides. I'm not going to turn this time. I'm just going to switch feet and we're going to go right into it. Take your time though. If you need to pause the video, catch your breath, grab a quick sip, no biggie. The important thing is that you are here and that you are being intentional with your movements. You're noticing where you feel it. I one time had a client who played in the Major League Baseball program for a while, and he would come in and do about 5 reps of everything and go really slow, be really intentional with his muscle engagement. And after 5, he would just be toast and have to stop. He was in pretty good shape. So it was just that he was squeezing so intensely and getting so much out of it that he didn't have to do as many reps to burn out the muscle. So intentionality is really important. Much better to do just a few reps really well than do 50 reps with poor form. Go ahead and grab your mats. We're gonna do single leg bridges. All right, we got 15 of these aside, either with one leg down, one leg in the air, or both feet together and just do 30 of them. We're gonna get started. Tighten up the glutes and lift. Five more. And switch sides. You might notice you have one side that feels a little weaker than the other one, where things feel a little harder or more awkward. That's totally normal. Just do what you can with each side. That's why we do some of these single leg moves, to really strengthen both sides independently of the other. That's 15. Grab a quick sip. We're doing all these one more time. All right, made it to round 3, last set of legs. You may be feeling a little wobbly at this point. That's pretty normal. Just make sure you can do these with good form. Otherwise, stop at 5, stop at 10. Fast forward through this section if you're toast. You can always work your way up to it. So I'm gonna get going. I'm not gonna talk as much this time. 15 plie squats starting now. (14) and 15. See, when I don't talk, I can count better. We're gonna do a single leg deadlift next, starting now. I talked about this in one of my yoga videos. Okay, I'm really bad at not talking, but I'm gonna say it anyways. So, if you are struggling with balance, one of the best things to think about is the placement of weight on your foot that you're balancing on. So for example, I have all my weight on my right foot. I am keeping my big toe, my little toe, and my heel all rooted to the ground. And it just gives you a nice sturdy base to balance on. Oftentimes people will roll to the outside of their foot and they have a hard time keeping that big toe down. So if you can think, okay, I think that's 15, about keeping your big toe planted and your little toe and your heel, you just have this like nice kind of trunk that you're on as opposed to letting yourself wobble in or out as much. All right, let's do the other side. One more. 15. Set your weight down. Reverse lunges. Here we come. Reverse, whatever side you want to start on. 15 in a row. (13), 14, and 15. Feel that booty burn. Let's do the other side. Last 5. And 15. Grab your mats for bridges. All right, one leg up. Drive through the bottom heel. Let's do it. (10), 11, 12. Last one. Good, other side. And 15. A little break here. Awesome, awesome job. Our legs get a break now. Okay, we're actually gonna start our upper body down on the mat. I'm gonna also take this as kind of a combination circuit of upper body and core. You'll start to see the more we get into this that your core is involved in so many exercises that aren't necessarily like core specific. So for example, our first exercise is gonna be a push-up, which is essentially doing a plank. It's kind of like doing a moving plank because your abs have to be so tight and tucked the entire time you're pushing with your arms. So you can look at it this way, you get a little more bang for your buck. So we're going to start with push-ups on knees or toes. I'm gonna first do it on my knees for this set. Next set I'll go to my toes. But you're gonna have hands about shoulder width distance apart. You're on your knees, and then you're just kind of leaning your weight forward. But leaning forward doesn't mean dropping your hips down and having an archy back. Leaning forward means you're keeping your abs tucked. I'm pulling my navel toward my spine. Then I'm leaning my weight forward, still keeping that ab tuck. So I feel my stomach right now. Then my elbows are gonna come out by my sides. Only go down as low as you feel comfortable. Try not to let your shoulders go by your ears. We're gonna do anywhere between 10 and 15 of these. So I'm counting that first one. That was 1, this is 2. Yours may look like this, that's okay. We'll get deeper the stronger you get. Keep your breath going. 5 more. Last one, 15. Okay, I'm gonna flip over to my back. Oh, my hair is going wild. And this next one's kind of fun. We're gonna do a combo move. So you're gonna wanna grab, I would start with some lightweight dumbbells. I would start with a 5 for each hand, even 2.5 pounders or like a water bottle in each hand. We're gonna start you with some tricep. These are called a skull crusher, which the name sounds a little scary, but you are having weights go towards your skull. So you wanna start light. Make sure you can control it. I'm gonna bring the weights together to touch. I'm resting my head on the ground, and I'm gonna start with my arms straight over my chest. Then I'm gonna keep my core tight, and I'm gonna lift my feet up into the air. So I'm actively tightening my stomach so my back doesn't get archy. From here, I'm gonna bend the weights toward the top of my head. So my elbows can come back slightly. I feel a stretch in my triceps, that area behind the top of your arm. Then I'm gonna press straight up in the air. That's 1. We have anywhere between 10 and 15 of these. So go slow and controlled. You wanna really make sure you feel the stretch. If you're just moving your elbows back and forth, then you're not really doing the skull crusher, then you're just moving all of your arm. So bend at the elbow, it's just a hinge. I think this is 3. Make sure to get the arms totally straight at the top. 4, you're giving your triceps a good squeeze that way. 5, 6, 7, 8, keep it going, 9, 10, 5 more. People ask if they have to have the weights touching. You don't. 2 more. You can have them like this. It's a little bit more wobbly that way, a little less controlled. That's okay, but to start, I think it's a little easier to keep them braced. So you're gonna set those down by your sides. Keep your legs in the air. You can put your hands behind your head. We're gonna get into just a crunch this way. So chin's up toward the ceiling. I'm squeezing my abs, and then I'm just lifting my shoulder blades up and down. Go ahead and go to 20 here. Make sure you're not pushing on the neck. Make sure you're lifting with your stomach. Your chin really stays up toward the ceiling. You're not pushing it down to the chest. About 10 more of these. And 20, very good. We've got 1 more move. This is more back focused, so you can come on up. And I would probably grab 10-pound dumbbells to do this next one. We're gonna do a kneeling or a tabletop row. And so I'm gonna show you, what do I have down here with me? I have 8-pounders down here, but really anywhere between 5 to like 15 pounders in each arm, depending how long you've been working out for. The weights are just gonna go directly under your shoulder. So they're about shoulder width distance down here on the mat. Your core is nice and tight as you bring your shoulders over your wrists. I'm lifting up using my abs. I'm not just dumping all the weight down into my wrist. So it's amazing when you start to tighten up your core muscles, how much it gives your joints a little reprieve. I'm not dumping my weight all the way down here. We're gonna end up doing 15 rows on each side, but I'm gonna do them alternating. So let me show you what I mean. I'm over the weights, I'm tightening my stomach. Again, this is a lot of core, and then I'm just rowing up, pulling my shoulder higher than my body line to get the back engaged, and you're working the back of the shoulder as well. Then I'm gonna alternate to the other side, that's 2. So you're just gonna count every 1 to 30, making sure your stomach's staying tight the whole time. This is 5. You might still think this seems hard on the wrists, and if that's the case, you can just do a single arm row, resting a hand on a bench, instead of doing it this tabletop style. Biggest reason I'm having you do it this way is to get the core into it a little more. I think we've got about 10 more to go. If you're counting better than I am, stop when you're there. Last one. Very good. And break. Okay, round 2 of upper body. I'm gonna go up to my toes this time on the push-ups. You can stay on your knees if these still felt really challenging to you. Again, the more we do them with good form, stronger you're gonna get, deeper you're gonna be able to go. So if you're doing it on your toes, you're just coming up, same angle with the hands. We're down and up, tightening your stomach the whole time, 10 to 15 of these. Five more. Don't hold your breath. Last one. Good work. We're gonna turn to our backs, grabbing whatever you used last time for your skull crushers. Or you might wanna go a little heavier this time if it felt good last time. You're on your back. Arms are up over the chest. Legs are up in the air. And then you're gonna bring the weights toward the top of your head, feeling a stretch in your triceps. Extend all the way up. 15. Okay, so Added challenge, we have our crunches next. We did 20 last time. If you want to hang on to your weights, keep them straight, make it a weighted abdominal move. You got to do a really good job lifting with your stomach, not straining your neck, but you can do it this way for a little added challenge. Otherwise, put your weights down, hands behind the head, and give me 20 crunches. Five more. The last one. Good work. Set those weights down. We're gonna come on up using the weights for your tabletop row. Shoulders over your wrists. Everything's about shoulder width distance apart. We're gonna alternate rowing to 30.
Honestly, I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything, so I'ma just keep buying everything. See you in the next life, have to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight. Gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an x-ray. What's wrong with me? I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days.
20.
Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in a better day. I'm kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I work hard or live at my pace? You're only young once, yeah that's all great, but I also want a future where I'm okay. Living life is doing lots of cocaine.
And 30. Rest, one more minute, and then last round.
It's different for each of us and that's okay. Well, I just wanna be happy. How to get there? Glad that you asked me. I think it's different for everyone. Some of us need work, others need fun. Some of us need purpose to overcome. But try to do what you love when it's said and done. Cause there's so many differences in each of us. Trust your gut, it can show you what you want. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. Let's go. Yeah.
Okay, this is it. Starting with our push-ups. Knees or toes or a mix and match of both. Let's do it 10 to 15.
I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shoot tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder.
Last 5.
Gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna
Awesome.
look back.
Over to your back.
Never gonna look back.
Grab your weights for skull crushers.
You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts.
You need to go a little lighter if your arms are getting tired. Legs in the air, abs are tight. Bring the weights toward the top of the head.
What it takes.
5 more. 15. If you're hanging onto the weights for crunches, hang on. You might want to set one down. Your arms are tired and you can just hang on to one like this. You might set both of them down and put hands behind your head. Let's do it, 20 crunches.
You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same, 'cause that's what it takes.
10 more. Last 5. And 20. Okay. Last move, and we're done. Tabletop rows, alternating to 30. Tighten up the stomach first, lift up, then row. Ten. 20. Last 2. And 30. Fabulous. Let's set those weights to the side and do my favorite stretch. Knees to the outside edges of the mat. Straighten those arms out, reach down, child's pose. Just let everything hang heavy. This is a great one to decompress the spine. Take some deep breaths. You can walk your left hand to the left side of the mat, put your right hand on top, and then rotate your right shoulder toward the mat. That was a tough workout. I think I said earlier, I would almost put this in more of an intermediate category, but because I'm building on some of the beginner moves we did in the earlier workouts, I kept it beginner level so it'd be easier to find. But if you didn't make it through all those moves or all those sets, do not feel bad. Like I said, everything is just a progression. So as long as you're doing this with some consistency, you are going to get stronger, especially if you're being really intentional about your movements. Every time you do this, those muscles are going to get a little bit stronger. So I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to comment if you have any questions about anything. Bye.